All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to another Things VTubers Say with yet another one of our wonderful new guests. This is going to be a very, very fun stream. Cyblade, thank you very much for the 4 months in the Tier 1 membership. And we'll push Lady up a little bit more so you can see a little bit more of her alternate outfit here in a moment. Thank you. Also, thank you, Jesse, for the 5. Thank you so much. All right. So just want to make sure you guys can hear us just fine. So we're going to do some introductions here. Are you getting an echo? You guys getting an echo of any kind? Let me know. All right. And let's go ahead and hear here. No echo, no echo. Okay, no echo. Today we have the host VTuber and V singer Hiiragi Yu. If you could please introduce yourself, Yukun. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, if you may.
Of course. Hello, everyone. Hi. My name is Hiiragi Yu. I am a host, VTuber, and V singer. I am intruding upon the Things VTubers Say channel to spend some time with you guys. Hello. Thank you so much for having me, FalseEyeD and Lady. Thank you.
And Lady, how are you doing today?
Hello! Bonjour tout le monde, je m'appelle Lady. I am co-host of Things VTubers Say. Hello!
Let me see here if I can just quickly show the folks here. Yeah, there we have Lady with her alternate.
Oh yes, please let me show myself.
Alternate outfit top. For anyone wondering, this was an alternate. I don't think we had time yesterday to show off here, but yeah, Lady has 2 alternate tops now for her modular changes here. So very cool, very cool. All right, so let's get into it here. If we may ask, Layman, thank you very much for the 5. Layman saying, Hiiragi, you're awesome. Intrude all you want. You don't need their permission.
Oh my goodness.
That's one of our mods, true. By the way. Thanks, Layman.
That is true.
And thank you, Layman.
Mozark, thank you for the 3 months of the Tier 1 membership. Saying looks good. Awesome. All right. So this might be one of the few interview streams where we don't have some major technical error right off the bat. We'll see how we can mess it up later. So thank you so much for joining us. This is one we've especially been looking forward to. For those who don't know, this particular VTuber, I would say primarily you would call Twitch your home. Is that correct?
Mostly, yes. So Twitch is where I stream, and YouTube is where I put most of my musical projects, which I do consider them equally as much of my content as my streams are, but I think that mostly people will discover me through Twitch rather than YouTube. And
I guess my initial question is why Twitch? Yeah, I mean, just from the outside looking in, you strike me as what I would classically imagine a VTuber I would more see on YouTube, just from your skill sets and such. Was there anything that made you go with Twitch above streaming on YouTube, if I may ask?
Of course. It's really interesting observation, too. I don't think I've heard that one before. So I spent many years creating content on YouTube before becoming a VTuber, and I was very, very comfortable on YouTube, and it was fully my intention to start streaming on YouTube when I began. I tried out Twitch for my test stream just because I found it a little bit easier to use. And as soon as I did, I realized the chat interaction was fantastic. I really, really loved how it's laid out. And I think it's honestly the biggest thing I would cite is the chat interaction. I find it so much easier to have like a one-to-one connection with people in chat on Twitch. Plus, they're given so many tools to interact with us. There's redeems. There's it's all very integrated within the UI, and so I just felt really attached to that. And then I kind of like very last minute ditched my idea of being like a stream and content creator exclusively on YouTube, and then moved streams entirely to Twitch.
It's certainly a winning combination, and kind of one we're honestly leaning into a little bit ourselves, to be honest. But we'll probably have more of our standard episodes out, as we are intending to actually record our episodes live. So we'll see how that goes this week. Maybe even as soon as tomorrow we may begin that. But we'll just have some kind of very, very light news to kind of go over here today. But so firstly, if we may ask, we have firstly, we've had a few guests now. We've had an orc VTuber, we've had a monkey VTuber, we've had a VTuber claiming to be a dragon but was actually a cat, and then we also after that had a clown VTuber, and then after that we had a cow VTuber that was claiming to be a dragon.
Lots of claims going around here.
Yeah. Could you help explain to our audience what a host VTuber is?
Of course. I get this question quite often, and I'm happy to explain. I feel like most of the Western audience would cite their knowledge of what hosts are and what hosts do through the anime or on High School Host Club, and you wouldn't be incorrect. That is basically the gist of what hosts do. That's usually a club that you go to. Generally, they open from the PMs all the way into the early morning, where a roster of generally handsome men, sometimes they're not, will be kind of on a menu for you to pick from, and then you'll pick one that you think like strikes your fancy, and then you'll spend the night drinking and talking away your worries and spending a generally good time with them. They are also notoriously very expensive places to spend your time.
Not a bad setup for a VTuber, to be honest. Not a bad setup. Anything that drove you to run with that aesthetic, if I may ask?
Of course. My thing about wanting to be a host is I feel like there's a lot of similarities between going to a host club and also attending someone's stream. The only difference, and hopefully this is the only difference, is that when you attend my streams, you won't have to spend money for every minute that you spend with me. So that it's kind of the like oasis away from home, like escape from real life aspect that I really love about host clubs. You go in knowing that you're going to have a good time. You go in knowing that you don't have to worry about real life or work or anything that's been stressing you out. You want to just have a good time, and then when it's over, you feel refreshed and you feel like you want to go back to doing whatever you're doing with renewed vigor. And so that's kind of the goal that I have for my own streams, and also why I took on this theme.
And thank you very much also to Cesar to Japan, and also for anyone that wants to drop any news for us or anything like that, highly recommended actually just to join our Discord and drop it there. I try to read everything that's in our Discord, so if you have any news, don't feel like you have to try to get my attention here on chat or anything crazy like that. I read all of the Discord. Hope you can join there. Thank you. All right.
I just want to.
Yeah, go ahead, lady.
I just want to say, like, I'm very impressed by like your abilities as a host, as well as a VTuber. I remember my first event for attending one of your streams was during the your wedding event.
Oh my goodness!
And that was so fun. Like, you put so much work into it, and just the interaction with all your kittens and everyone was super cute. I loved it. I love your dedication and your hard work as a host, for sure. It's very inspiring.
Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, lady. That was a like exceptionally really fun stream, actually. I'm so glad that you were able to drop into that one, and I'm glad that was your introduction. I'm glad I made a good impression.
Anna, you a bad boy.
So, marriage stream? What was this?
Oh, you don't know. You don't know.
I think I may have missed this. Yeah.
Oh no, you're not aware of the fact that Lady and I are married, but also I'm married to all my followers.
Aha! I see. I see.
For context for everyone, for FalseEyeD, for everyone in chat who's not aware, I think near when I close to when I first debuted, people jokingly in chat would always ask for like, "Will you put up a marriage redeem so we can save up points to marry you?" And I was like, "That's hilarious." So I put it in for 1,000,000 points.
Yes, I've seen that.
then-
I have seen that. I was going to bring that up. Yes.
And then my chat started to get this idea in their head. Everyone was like, if we all pool our points together, we could probably hit 1,000,000 easy. And I was like, I bet you can't. So I set the limit for a month, and they hit it in like 22 days or something. They hit it like very, very comfortably. And I was like, well, okay, I guess I have to plan a wedding then. And so in November the 27th is our anniversary. I planned a wedding ceremony. There was I had a bit of a slightly different outfit for the day, and made some new overlays.
So cute.
Sang a song for my new spouses.
You had like all these redeems and everything, and
That's
like
right.
lotteries that chat could do while watching the stream. I remember you also had like a specific tag for like art. I remember
Yes.
there was I think it was one of your either a mod or like a close friend of yours that did like a whole like really dedicated like animation for the event, and I was
My
like,
goodness,
it
yeah.
was so cute.
I jokingly called it our wedding guest book, where you could sign it. I didn't want anyone to feel like they have to make anything elaborate for the tag. I wanted you to just go in and say a few words for me so I can look through it on stream. But as usual, the kittens blew it out of the water, and we had a bunch of really, really beautiful art, beautiful animation, music, and just sweet messages overall. It was great. It was beautiful.
Moral of the story: don't underestimate chat.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate your kittens.
I was not aware you could pull points together. How did that come about? Wait, is that a system of some kind, or did they just?
Yeah. On Twitch, they're called community challenges, and so you can set a certain amount of time for your community to pool points together.
Wow.
Every stream they can contribute a maximum of 2,000 points. And so you kind of want to set your goal depending on how often you stream, and how many hours you stream at a time, because how many points that they have and they get to earn also factors in. So I set a limit or not a limit, but I set the goal to be 1,000,000 points, and I gave them 30 days to pool that much points together.
Thank you, Joseph White with 5. Thank you very much for that. Saying, sorry, only girl I love is Rushia, and I'm not ready for marriage just yet. We may send some anime cheesy pickup lines all the same. And Afki, thank you also for the 50. Thank you so much. All right, so it's a thing where, we were talking about animation before, and it looks like we had this looks like quite an extensive cover here recently.
My heart go doki doki.
Could you talk about the process of making this and what we're looking at here?
Yeah, of course. So one of the major, I guess, things that I want to create as a VTuber are like large music productions. Generally, they're covers. I have a couple of originals in the works, but they're taking a little longer because I'm not really. I wouldn't really pride myself as a songwriter or a lyricist, and so they're taking a little longer for me to work on. But generally, one of the content that I really put an emphasis on, and that I want to continue to make throughout my VTuber journey, is just like music videos for covers that I do. And I think I've put out about 3 or 4 of them now so far since starting my activities last year. How it usually happens is I've been doing music as a hobby for years now. So I do all my own vocals. I generally do all my own mixing as well, depending on the situation. This particular cover was mixed by someone else because I'm not familiar with mixing this genre. But I do my own. I record my own vocals, I mix, and then I reach out to artists and also animators to collaborate with me to put these videos together.
And so it sounds like you have actually quite a number still in the works and being planned here.
Amazing.
Yeah. I guess my question is what makes you decide, like, yeah, this is the one. This is what I'm going to be covering next.
Oh, that's such a good question. I was doing music content for I think like close to like almost 11 years before becoming a VTuber. So that's where all of my experience is doing music, doing covers, putting them together, putting the video together as well. That's kind of where I've kind of put all my eggs in the basket in the past. And during my previous run of being a content creator, I really focused on music that I think would get a reaction out of people. Generally, that means like going through all the new anime that's airing this season, finding a song that I feel like I can do, picking it, working on it, pumping out a cover. And I did that for years. And I took about a 2-year hiatus from making music just for my own health. And looking back on my old channel and my old sort of like resume of things I did, I felt like I really didn't resonate that much with a lot of the things I put together. And so this time around, when I became a VTuber, I promised myself I would only tackle songs that meant something to me, something that I love, something that when I sing it, I feel like I was going to be able to put my heart into it instead of something that I feel like people will like. And so that's how I pick my songs. And a lot of these songs are predetermined. These are songs that I've been kind of piling up in my list that I never worked on in the past because I'm like, I don't know if people will like it. At this point, I'm kind of just like, I like it, and I want to put that out.
And welcome to both Raina's son from Kawaii Productions and our State Production Kawaii, and also Luca Kaneshiro for taking just a quick moment to pog in our chat. Thank you for joining us.
As usual. What else can you say but pog?
We had a very quick thing we were going to look at Luca a little later in here. Just a small little guest appearance, but
it's about his Ring Fit adventures.
I think we covered his continuing Ring Fit adventures. Although, Lady, you mentioned that you're inspired.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Watching. Okay. I haven't watched like the actual streams, but like I just keep seeing fan art of Luca like doing extreme Ring Fit pog, and like I'm like that. It makes me so like it makes me motivated to want to actually play the game like I had originally planned. But like I'm like I should stream it.
Yes, you should. Yes, you should.
It would be so embarrassing for me, but so entertaining for all of you.
Yeah, that's what streaming's all about, right?
Yeah.
the more pain, the better it is for content. Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I'll try. But like I'll get healthier over time, so it's good. It's good.
It's true. Yeah.
That's true.
Zagate, thank you for the tier 1 membership. Thank you so much. Joseph White. You could say Luca is a poggle himself.
Oh my gosh, like a Moogle, but a Poggle instead. Like a Final Fantasy movie. Sorry, my brain is just like tangent. Anyway, back on track.
And Luca is saying do it. So he's very much encouraging you to stream such content. Absolutely.
Okay, I'll look into it.
So looking back at what we have here, just to our last kind of jump off point here for you, if I just kind of try to base here, you have a really fantastic model. Could you talk a little bit about your modeler and your illustrator here, if you had anything about them?
Yeah, I would love to. I reached out to Emmy and Tiffy were the first people that I reached out to as soon as I got kind of like the inkling of becoming a VTuber, and I feel like every day that passes, I feel like I really lucked out in finding just like what a wonderful pair of VTuber parents to have been able to work with, and like Emmy's art is beautiful. I feel like I could not have found a better artist to have brought me into the live 2D, to have birthed me into the live 2D realm. They're both amazing in their own skills. And Emmy's really, when I first reached out to Emmy, I did already have my own design. I am also an artist. I wouldn't say I'm like an amazing artist, but I am able to kind of put my ideas on paper. And so I did have a sketch out for Emmy of what I kind of look like, and it's mostly stayed the same, but Emmy added some really I would say like iconic things to the model that I didn't have planned before, that I feel like people really recognize me by now. The gradient in my eye color is something that Emmy added, and I think that's really beautiful and something that people really point out often. As well as just small details here and there. I feel like Emmy's really done a fantastic job with bringing me to life. And Tiffy as well. Tiffy is the live 2D artist who rigged my model. and they did an amazing job. And they did something that I think I have come to really appreciate. Now that I've sort of, because when I first got into VTubing, I really had no idea what was going on. I wasn't part of the community at all yet.
Yeah, if you could maybe even also speak to that, why become a VTuber, right? Like, what was your inspiration? If we could also talk about that too.
Yeah, for sure. Something that Tiffy did for me that was really lovely was they actually hopped in and gave me sort of like a almost like a little consultation after the model was rigged, just to be like, this is how things are going to work. I'm not sure how familiar you are with these things. Here are the basics. Here's where you customize things. And this is before we had the ability to customize expressions and etc. on VTS as well. So that's something I really appreciate about both my parents. To speak to the point about why VTubing, what was this, 2022? So in the beginning of 2021, I started feeling like I wanted to create content again. I took my sort of like 2-year break and I was like, I'm ready to hop right back into it. And at the time, HoloLive opened their auditions for their V-Singer position. Who we now know as Iris. And so I put together my audition, and it was terrible. I don't want to look at it anymore. I have it in a hidden folder on my PC, so I never stumbled upon it ever again. But that's because I had nothing. I had no idea what VTubing is. I'd just freshly gotten into it, and then they held these auditions, and I was like, I'll try it out, try my hand. You never know. And then after I tried it out, I realized that it was going to be a really good avenue for content creation for me to sort of like rejuvenate what I was doing before. So that was the start of it. That was the spark.
All right, let's take a look here. You have your followers here, and thank you very much, SoulReap86, for the 5. Thank you for the sticker. Thank you. But they have a very affectionate term known as kittens.
Yes.
Anything that just interested if that came about in some way, or
that was something I determined before I started streaming or even having a community. It was so kittens kind of is a cheesy. I saw that lady.
Sorry. I was eating a red bean bun. I am being very.
That was very cute.
I'm sorry. That was so weird. My tongue was like
and she's gone. Lady is no longer with us for the rest of this stream.
Lady's lost her existence rights. Oh no. Come back to us, lady.
I was just eating. I'm sorry. I'll never do it again.
She pulled that on me before we actually streamed with Rococo, and
What did I do?
yeah, what did you do indeed? All right, I'm sorry to interrupt you there.
No, not at all. Welcome distraction. I love that. But yeah, kittens was something I determined before I started streaming. It's kind of a in the Japanese context, it's almost kind of like a doting and really cheesy way to refer to an attractive girl that you might be trying to woo. In Japanese, you'd be like, koneko-chan? Toka. It's a little bit, it's definitely like, it's cheesy. It's absolutely cheesy in Japanese. And I thought that there was no other way to be a host other than to be over the top and cheesy and flirtatious. And so that's what I went with. And I feel like the kittens appreciated it. And the funny thing is I was away from internet culture for a little bit during my hiatus. And so I came back completely not clued into the Discord kittens joke. And that I got a little bit of like jokes because of that, but it's been fine. The kittens have taken on their title happily, and I appreciate it.
Joseph, why thank you for the other 2. Thank you. So we've been, of course, speaking here in perfect English, but it sounds like you have fluency in Japanese as well, if I'm not incorrect in saying that.
まあ少しだけなら日本語で喋れるので、まあ普通配信を見てくれてる人はみんな英語で喋ったりするんですから、日本語配信とかしたことないので。
Yes. All right. That is. I'll take that as a yes.
Hi.
And just and kind of speaking to that, have you found that you were, as a content creator, wanting to do one over the other, or if there's been a preference for a mixture of being English or Japanese in your content.
Definitely. In the past, I really tried to maintain both ends. So in the past, when I was but before I was a VTuber, I kind of wanted to cater to both audiences, and I tried to make sure I'm all of my, usually on Twitter, if I'm tweeting, I want to make sure that it's both in English and Japanese. It tired me out really fast. And so now that I am doing VTubing and I found myself with a larger audience of English speakers, I do still every now and then I will still use Japanese, but I kind of use it in a little bit of a gimmicky manner. I know that sometimes when I do my voice acting stream, some people will say like, can you say this particular line as this character in Japanese? I'll be like, yeah, absolutely. And people will kind of appreciate that. I don't really use it to any like utilitarian capacity, I feel like, as a VTuber. It's mostly just as like a charm point or as an appeal. I have thought about in the past doing a Japanese-only stream just for fun, and I feel like a lot of people have tried that, and it seems like a lot of fun too. But ultimately, I'm just worried about alienating my English-speaking audience.
It's certainly a difficult balance. I think there was a time, most especially in early to mid 2020, or excuse me, in mid to 2020, wherein we saw a lot of propelling of bilingual VTubers, whether it be a Pikimi Amano or whether it be later a Kiryu Koko, and really introducing VTubers to the West. But now it is absolutely now in the English-speaking sphere its own thing with being a VTuber, and it's certainly been a challenge now for these bilingual talents to kind of understand what they want to do and who they want to cater to. I know Kiryu Koko is actually going to be now streaming here on Twitch soon to focus on her English audience, while still, of course, keeping up her YouTube streams for her Japanese audience, and also maybe still streaming on the Mildom platform too.
Yeah.
It's a very, very important decision to make, and we're, I think, very fortunate that we have you here in the English sphere with us. And also, I'd say it's very much maybe I'm not exposed to them, but I still feel like your kind of format is still kind of unique still to the Twitch platform. Are there any other VTubers that inspired you, or that you even would recommend at this time?
Yeah, for sure. In terms of inspiration, I found my initial inspirations were all corporate VTubers, because there was the first ones that I was exposed to. The VTuber that I always cite as one of my inspirations is Holsho Marin from Hololive. Holsho Marin, I think, when I first started creating content, I was kind of under the impression that I may have aged out of the bracket for content creation, which was kind of a weird idea I had in my head. But Maureen she likes to tote around the fact that she's forever 16, but clearly with the kind of references and the kind of like media that she's been exposed to, it's immediately obvious that she is not 16. And I felt like there was I'm pretty sure we're probably close in age, because I felt like, oh, if somebody who knows all the things I do and is into all the things I do can become a competent and like well-loved content creator, then I feel like maybe I can as well. And so she's one of my first sort of people who like pushed me to go for it, because I no longer felt like maybe I was too old for content creation. The other VTubers that I have found a lot of inspiration with are I really loved and she's actually graduated, and so you will still be able to find her VOD content on YouTube. But our beloved Donut Dragon Kuzuryu Io, who graduated, I believe, last year in October, a dragon VTuber who is amazing content, amazing relationship with her community, a really tight bond with the community. I really love that she always did her best to give back to her community, and also just an amazing lineup of really beautiful models that she used to their full potential. I think sometimes when we first sort of start getting into VTubing, we're sort of familiarizing ourselves with this medium of having an avatar. And it feels almost like learning to walk again. And I feel like EO was an incredible inspiration in terms of showing us what can be done with a model in tangent with good content. Like that's these two things weave together to create like a great narrative for the VTuber. And so EO is incredibly inspiring to me.
You know, it shouldn't be surprising to me that you had actually brought up EO, because the number one aspect of her streams was presentation, actually.
That's right.
Just such a well thought out and honestly slick presentation that I myself actually want to relate to you on, because I get that same kind of impression when I watch your streams. The entirety of the look, the sound, the feel of it just actually seems thought out and deliberate, more so than, well, someone who just puts up Twitter on the background and just goes about that. It really is something to see, folks. Again, you can check out the link below. I should have linked, use actual Twitter down below, and you can, of course, see their Twitch links and more with that link. But I really can't recommend enough the opportunity that you could take to actually see a stream, because it really is, I don't even want to say next level, it's just the level I think we should be at insofar as actual presentation and entertaining. But it certainly couldn't have been easy. Was this, has it just been built up over some time? Have you been satisfied with your presentation, or anything you'd like to change about it?
First of all, thank you so much for your thank you so much for your amazing review. I really appreciate it. I think that as I'm improving things, I don't really, so how I do things is, oftentimes if I see something that needs to be improved, I go for it. I do it. I try to make it, I pull it up to the standard that I want it to be at. And so at this moment in time, I can't say that there's anything major that I'm thinking of that I want to improve, but also I've been revisiting some of my old clips, because I've been trying to put together some compilations, and I look back on my old clips and I'm like, wow, that looks like garbage. I'm really glad that I've come a little further than when I started. And so I feel like it's just every time I think of something that I feel like needs to be implemented that can be better, then I go out, look for the resources. If I really can't find it, then I'll reach out to someone to commission them and then get them done. It's just like very incremental, but hopefully like productive improvements to my streams.
All right, let's take a look more at what we can expect. Here we have this really nice commission here.
Oh my goodness, yes.
The daily life of the number one host here. And if you could maybe just speak to this commission just very quickly.
Of course. Princey is so you can see they're tagged in the actual post. Completo Panic is their handle, but Princey is the artist. Princey's art is fantastic. I've very recently met Princey through someone else's retweet, and I reached out to them and I was like, your art is fantastic. I love your art style. I would really love to commission you. How I sort of phrased the commission was like, I kind of just want a little snapshot of myself as both the streamer and also as the character, as the character, the host, Hiiragi you. And they did an amazing job. One of their contributions, and it's arguably my favorite of this, is the shot in the very back where I'm pouring a champagne tower without even looking.
Not even looking. The confidence, the arm on the hip.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm like, wow, I would love that level of confidence. But man, it's just lovely. I love this commission so much. I really like commissioning community artists, and then like I feel like it's kind of also a treat for a lot of artists, especially so to be able to work with them on projects like music videos. I can pay them extra for the commercial fees. They get to see their art animated in a video. It's kind of like a win-win situation. It's one of my favorite things about being a VTuber right now, is bringing people's art to life and then kind of bring it into another medium that they've never seen before.
It's obviously a huge component of the VTuber scene and featuring artists, and of course a number of artists are VTubers themselves, but it's also, I would even personally say, one of the biggest rewards that I've had in just creating our show, Things VTubers Say, and featuring artists and hearing them say, oh yeah, we had an influx of followers because I saw your art was on your show. So it's just a nice cyclical kind of relationship we have here, actually. Yes,
exactly. It's one of the most lovely things, I think, coming from like different kinds of content creation to VTubing, the kind of like camaraderie, and also the kind of like almost like grassroots community working to boost each other up and make each other better, and also rejoicing in each other's successes and celebrating each other's victories. That's like, I don't know, that's not something I've experienced before in any other community, and I'm like reveling in it. I don't want it to end.
And next up here, we have this tweet. How do you pronounce RKGK in your head?
Gosh, I've muted this tweet because of how many replies I've gotten. I never noticed there's so many impressions.
Yeah, actually, I noticed this. It has 1,800 likes alone. 174 quote oh wow, 174 quote tweets. I didn't even notice. I'm
getting ratioed, you guys. What do I do?
This of course being Rakugaki. Well, if you say Rakugaki, you're lying is your claim there. And explaining this is Japanese for doodle. Lots of artists will put that in the art captions there. I will personally just say, it just sounds wrong, but I say it as Rickik.
Yeah.
I can't help but say it. It's just as I see it, Rickik.
I love and respect that.
We have here Sasoji Booth saying rickety gickety. Ricky Gicky. Did I have to ask, did you have a way in your mind that you would say it?
In my own brain, and like being a Japanese speaker, this kind of is funny to me, but in my own brain I call it irk-gurk.
Irk-gurk.
And I feel like I've talked to enough people about this particular like thing. Like I feel like everyone has their own kind of joking way of how to pronounce Rakugaki, because it's RKGK. That I felt like if I put this out, I'd get some funny answers. I didn't expect to get 500 funny answers though.
I actually like this. This is coming from Artista Frustrado in our comments. This is an evil word. Half of them are not doodles. I agree. I always kind of make fun of artists because of that. It's like, oh, you called this a doodle, but this is a full illustration. You've done amazing work here. I can't call this a doodle with a straight face.
One of my favorite memes to have been birthed from this inside joke is a picture of the Mona Lisa, and then like it says RKGK might delete later.
Perfect. All right, and next up, yes, we were gonna bring this up here. We had a very, very, very special stream. A cultured tags tier list. Myself and Lady actually have done one of these. I think we did this on our partner party stream actually. A while back.
What a party!
that was easier for us because it was like
we had similar tastes.
That, and also it was like a manga. So it was contextualized, not just to like what we like, but what we like in like manga or...
Oh, I see. Okay.
Or manga 2, as it's known to some Niji Sanji fans. This was a significant one. And I don't know if I had your results. I don't know if we need to go so far into that, but you did share them. Thank you for that. Yeah,
we don't need to look at them here. Everyone knows in their hearts what I like.
But this looks like it was a part of an After Dark stream. And I really, this is kind of a broader question I had from this is, I don't know if I've done a good job of really describing your content, honestly, on Twitch. It's varied content, but I don't want to call you just a variety streamer, if that makes sense. If you could just once again, if you could describe kind of like not only your content, but what kind of makes you move and inspired to do this different kind of content.
Yeah, of course. I think that a lot of my content, I haven't really paid a lot of attention to what kind of content I put out. I kind of just put out things that I know that would be that I would be good at, and also people would enjoy. I think these are the two things that I prioritize. Something that I would be good at and I won't hate doing. And second of all, people will enjoy it, and it's worth people's time. That's really important to me. I mean, so in that aspect, I kind of just like have been putting things out, not based on what category they fall into, but just based on these two requirements. And I found myself doing a lot of just chatting streams, or just chatting streams with like a very restricted topic. It's not really like I, nurse a drink and tell you guys about my day, but it's more like chatting on a very specific topic. I do plenty of viewer submission or viewer participation chatting streams where we've had a just chatting stream before about love advice. We've had one about our New Year's resolutions. We've had a little bit of an FAQ on a lot of people ask me about audio, and I understandably so, because I feel I've dabbled in it for like upwards of a decade now, and so I have a lot of things to say. So we had like an audio quality advice FAQ, etc. And so this is kind of what the kind of niche I've found myself in, is a lot of chat participation and a lot of back and forth. And this stream included. I usually don't. Just for the comfort of my chatters, I don't like to make it so that we focus too much on things that people may be uncomfortable with. But I'm not gonna, deny that these are things that a lot of people are interested in, and that I myself am interested in it as well. And so we took the chance. I kind of label it the Starlight Host Club After Dark, because we could kind of let loose and talk about these things in a space where I remind everyone, again, if you're uncomfortable, then please leave and don't stay just because you want to be part of this. I want you to be comfortable. And also, if you are part of this conversation, make sure you're respectful. And don't, I learned a new saying that day during that stream: don't yuck another person's yum.
And hello also to Minnow Candy. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, it is a very impressive thing, especially when I see VTubers such as yourself just so seamlessly kind of move from different content to different content, from stream to stream. The other aspect that I've enjoyed from your streams, if I may say, is that I think you very much maturely handle talking about these kind of aspects. So it doesn't feel as though anything is necessarily off limits. It's just, not anything to dwell on at the same time, because we've, addressed these things very quickly. Now, there is a tweet I'm trying to understand, and I don't know if you could let me know.
Read down. No, not Nekopara.
Yeah, this is not Nekopara.
Nekopara. It's a cat app game.
That's right. It's Neko Atsume.
Yes, I love Neko Atsume.
This is the best thing I've done for my mental health in years. Look at this, instant serotonin.
Yeah.
Oh, what is
Do
this?
you not feel? Look, it's a cat who has stuffed himself into an empty cake box and is just enjoying being inside that cake box with its little rear exposed. Does that not give you instant serotonin? I'm immediately happier. +2 to my happy stat immediately looking at something like that.
So this is a game of some kind.
It's a phone game.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's an idle mobile game. The point of the game is to leave it alone, which is my favorite thing. Oh,
sorry.
Someone's upset that we're talking about cats and
Yeah,
not
they
dogs.
saw the cat.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
We're not talking about puppers instead. I'm kidding.
Paparazzume.
All right. Well, thank you for the context. I'm going to get the butt out of my face now. Thank you.
Why? It's so cute.
Well, there's something
There's not
else.
even.
Here's something else that's cute then.
Oh,
So
who is that?
I would say very much if I may say, I have 2 other VTubers with me right now that pretty seamlessly can change their voices without much effort, if I may say. I call it ladies uwu voice.
What are you talking about?
But it seems that our guest here today also can change their look and even voice at times. Does this creature have a name?
It's creature.
What? Oh, wait. Sorry, this is oh shit. Sorry, this is not. Hello, hi everyone. Hi.
Hello.
How's everyone doing? Hi, FalseEyeD. Hi, lady. Oh my.
Who are you, and what have you done with our guest?
What? You don't know? I'm the Hiiragi new post VTuber. That's me.
No, I think you're someone else. I think.
Can you go rar?
Oh wow. What?
No, rar. Rar.
Right.
What is happening? What? Yeah, we have an imposter here. I apologize, everyone. This is the exact result I actually wanted. But let's let's just address the creature in the room here. This is. If you could give us your name, because I'm seeing a lot of names here in chat for you. Jelly-you, Kineko. I'm seeing a lot. It seems you have a few different names.
Woo? Is it Hiiragi Woo? Hiiragi new host VTuber? Hiiragi Woo host VTuber. Yeah. Lady's got it, dude. Lady's got it. Perfect pronunciation. 10 out of 10. 11 out of 10. I didn't know you speak Jello.
I can barely tell the two of you apart at this point.
I wish we well. A chorus of cute kitty voices. Hello.
All right. Okay.
Oh no.
I actually don't know what to do now. Our chat
There's
is.
a timer. There's a timer on my existence, and it's ticking. It's ticking down. I love all of you guys. Bye. I love you. I will see you next time. Bye. Bye. Love you.
Lots of comments here. I like this one. Burn the channel down. Humanity is in great danger. Yes, that seems correct.
What happened? I don't. I'm not sure if I'm clued in what happened just now. I seem to have blacked out for a second.
That seems to happen often on your streams, actually.
Yeah, I maybe need to go get this checked out. I may need to go see a physician.
It's like Men in Black, right? Like someone took a pen and just.
Yes, an interesting redeem on the Hiiragi U channel that you're welcome to check out there. And lastly, we had this exchange. I have to come back to it. We had hashtag Hiiragi U is over party.
Yes.
We had some really wild replies here to the Lord Aethelston. Aethelston, of course, being a composer VTuber, and just saying, drop a comment below confessing a sin you've committed, and I'll forgive you. I will bring unto thee eternal paradise in the kingdom of heaven for your repentance. Now, upon this, we had replies not only from a lady, but also our other guest here today, you, Kloon. I will read this aloud. Father Aethel.
Yes. Everyone cover your ears if you're sensitive to certain kinds of content.
Father Aethel, I pour the milk first before the cereal, and I also microwave it so it's a little warm before I pour my cereal in. Crying emoji.
This is your chance now, the controversy.
Aethelston's reply, of course, is totally understandable. Listen, I'm going to pretend I never read this, okay? Never happened. I don't even know what you're talking about. Just stay away from my family.
I love Aethel. Oh my
gosh.
goodness. I was promised forgiveness.
Minnow Candy in the chat saying, can I cancel our date now? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Minnow. It's too late.
Aethel never forgave your sin. He never forgave my sin. He just judged us both real hard.
I can't believe he would do this to us.
As he should.
What do you mean?
All right. Fun times. Let's go ahead and let's take a look here We're coming to 8 until the turn of the hour here, so I think we can kind of get through some of the rest of the deck. I don't have a big deck today. It's kind of light kind of look. We'll get into the probably heavier news tomorrow, I promise. But firstly, let's go ahead and turn now to Hololive. And here we have this headline on the Hololive subreddit saying, on the same stream that she overslept for 5 hours, Kanata sets a new grip strength record. That's a significant grip there, actually.
Oh my
45.
god, Kanata.
Yeah. I like how she's just peering out the bottom here, too.
Yeah, the knowing look, just like,
Einhander, thank you for the 5 months. Literally, Einhander with the 5 months, tier 1. Thank you. Saying, lady, do the thing, keep tradition. I don't know what he's talking about. Feel free to describe a little bit more there, Einhander, if you want. Yeah, so this is actually something that I was wondering about. Oversleeping or scheduling streams. Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever overslept or missed a stream?
my goodness, that would be a nightmare come true.
It would.
It's never happened to me personally, but I have a lot of I don't want to use the word anxieties because I feel like that's kind of overplaying things a little bit, but it definitely makes me very sweaty and nervous when I even think about oversleeping for a stream. Oversleeping for 5 hours, I feel like at this point Kanata is just building up power. She's just charging her battery.
Yeah, so it would certainly be an embarrassing thing. Certainly an embarrassing thing if you had even scheduled a tweet saying you were going live. And
no, scheduled tweets also make me very, very nervous and sweaty because even if I schedule it for a certain time, I need to make sure it's gone up okay, it doesn't look funny. I didn't forget to credit anybody. And so even if I schedule it, it doesn't really take the load off of my shoulders anymore. I still have to go back and make sure everything's running smoothly.
At least one of the nice things about Twitch is, you know, as much as you have a schedule and want to adhere to it, you know, there's no countdown as there is here on YouTube.
Oh, goodness. Yes, that's right.
YouTube, I tell you, once you actually start the stream, I feel the YouTube streams are a little bit more relaxed for me just because there actually is less kind of, I guess you would call them distractions, but it's also interactions with chat. So it just kind of go more into a narrative. But yeah, it does have a countdown, and it's intimidating. Joseph, thank you for the another 2. Think Einhander needs to see a doctor. Okay. All right. So we had this from Kanata. Also, this apparently is new for Polka. Hololive Japan's 5th gen member, Polka Omaru. And here she is. We all know her from this look, but here she is with her new headphones. This is her with the Fennec Fox with her brand new headphones. Always appreciate the attention to detail here for correctly lining up with the phones here. Exactly.
I feel like that's a hotly debated topic, isn't it? Where if you are an animal themed VTuber, I'm sorry, I'm getting it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, she disappeared here. I'm sorry. She's just disappeared from the stream. Twilight, thank you for the 4 months. I
was getting such a great scalp massage just now. Where did Lady go?
Yeah.
And welcome to the channel, Azukano. Thank you. All right, let's. Oh, there she is. She's back. She's pouting.
Oh, welcome back. Oh, Lady.
All right. Next up here. Here is the, now as we understand, your arch nemesis. I was not aware. I was not aware that Iris, damn her, was. No! Yeah, Iris, of course, right now, still kind of going light on her streams as
that's right.
Her poor vocal cords been a little bit hit during the last few months.
Mm-hmm.
And here we have actually I love seeing instances like this where a character illustrator for one of the Hololive members will then illustrate another member.
Yes.
So here we have Sukamo Sana's character illustrator Paco at Paco-san giving us a version here of Iris, and also holding something very, very particular here in her hand. You know, Iris is a big fan of soda, but this particular brand of soda seems to say curry on it. A detail not missed here by Iris in the replies here, with Paco saying, "I hope that one day you will be able to drink a lot."
Aw, Paco.
Einhander with the 5. She was keeping tradition. Don't be mad. It's in the rules. She must pet the guests.
Aw.
But you know, actually, just quickly going into that, the aspect of, you know, this music production, I was not aware you'd been a content creator for 11 years of time. And just to understand that, was that primarily music, or had you done any kind of other content also?
Almost all music and visual art. Before becoming a VTuber, the kind of community that was formed around the one that I was active in didn't really make it customary for a lot of these kinds of video work to be done on a commission basis. And that made me really, really shy away from being able to ask people to work with me. A lot of it was just feelings of inadequacy. I was like, what makes it so, you know, I didn't particularly feel like I had a following that was large enough to warrant people to want to work with me. And so I would ask myself, you know, what makes people want to work with you? What do you have to offer? And so I would shy away from working with people. And so that means I have to put my own videos together. And so I would do my own art, very, very rudimentary video editing. But mostly in this kind of vein. I'm not sure if I strayed out of this at all.
All right, and also kind of understanding, you know, what it was to become a VTuber. Have you, you know, felt like your content? Are you doing things now that you were not expecting to do? Because that's been my case. I was not ever, once I became a VTuber, think I was going to be talking about other VTubers. I thought I was going to be doing the typical Twitch variety content creation, and it's been a totally different journey for me.
I feel like, for sure, I feel like that's a lot of the times. I feel like this applies to a lot of other VTubers that I know and I've talked to as well. Is kind of like you don't really know what you can do until you sort of flex your virtual limbs and kind of like fill that space that's been given to you on the platform. And so I feel definitely similarly. I wasn't really expecting my streams to become this much a part of my content. I kind of was just hoping for my streams to be a chance for me to connect to the people that also like my music. Whereas I think it's kind of become the other way around, where I think around Christmas time, I had a stream where I sang some Christmas carols, and a bunch of my followers who I've been seeing in chat quite regularly came in and were like, I didn't know you sing. And I was like, oh, that's like my main steez. That's what I do.
That was a very special stream, if I may say. That actually made even my own holidays one step less lonely.
Thank you. I'm really, really glad you enjoyed, and thank you for. I remember you talking about it on that episode during that week as well. I was really touched. Thank you.
Yeah, just the perfect timing for a lot of us, to be honest.
Oh yeah, dude. I was honestly, I remember like having that, like when it came out, when I saw the tweet that like you posted it, I just had that on loop the entire night, and it made my like it made my lonely holiday feel like so much not lonely.
Yeah, it's I feel like the holidays in particular for the year that just passed and the year before that were probably some of the more the loneliest times that some people have had in their lives, because it's traditionally a time that you want to spend with family, with company, right? Like in a full house full of people that you know and love, enjoying food together. And enjoying their company that you don't usually get to have. And so I feel like that it was a significant time for a lot of us. In all honesty, the last like 2.5 years-ish have been quite tumultuous for a lot of us.
For sure, yeah. I could definitely resonate with that too much.
I'll personally just say it was one of those aspects of my life that I probably didn't appreciate until I didn't have it. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
It felt like customary and kind of like going through the motions, but now kind of without that kind of interaction with close family, it's just Odd. It feels like there's just a part of the year just gone.
I mean, there throughout like these past like 2 to 3 years, I suffered a lot of loss. But it's like it's been like this like whole VTuber community and everything. It's just such a blessing to like come through with.
All right, and next up, we have something entirely different.
Oh boy.
Found this in my university parking lot is the title of this.
Is it a penis?
No, it is not. It is something.
Damn.
Something different. This is a Hololive decaled, complete with both Galgura and Usada Pecora on the HUD here.
Yeah, you're lady. You said shrimp, and I was gonna say yeah, it's a shrimp mobile, but now it is no longer just a shrimp mobile. It's 50% that, and the other one is
a dust bunny.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to think of the most non-complicated word, complimenting words right now. I love them both. That's actually epic. I would love to find that in my university parking lot. A person of fucking culture.
Is that I saw a term for that. Afki said Itasha. I think I've seen that terminology before of this.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's so it's Itasha comes from it's Japanese, and it's a portmanteau of two words, ita, which is itai, which is ouch, and sha is the word for car. The reason why they call it itasha is most of the time you see it and you're going like oof, because it's sometimes it's like a very expensive car, or it feels like it's very like meticulously done, but it feels like it's dedicated to a topic that you don't quite understand, so you're looking at it going like oof.
Oh.
Ow. You know.
Ow.
And very quick welcome to CyberLives, Amras, Yuri, and our chat. Hello. And just to let you know, Yuri, I believe ladies should be reporting on your new outfit and costume change here pretty soon here. So we'll be featuring that on one of our upcoming episodes. Cross our heart on that one. Great new look. Speaking of war criminal. And let's move on here. So we have the release of Q from Galgura and Mori Calliope. And in it, it's an instance where the two are kind of at battle with one another.
The deadbeats versus the chum.
Right.
Chum
So the headline for this one is me having an epic battle with my homie when I was 6. So here's the expectation. Here's the clip from the actual music video that's fully animated. Very, very cool looking.
God, it was so beautiful.
It looked like such like an OP or an OP for like an anime or something.
Yeah.
I was very surprised.
And so that's the expectation, but then we have the actual reality here from the actual battle that we saw between the two.
That is so accurate.
Going back to their first foray in VR chat. Perfect capture of the moment.
Oh, they were so cute. Oh, no.
Oh, Callie's down.
We should have more fan art of Q. It's just there's so much of it, so we'll hopefully feature that in some upcoming episodes this week. All right, and let's see what else we had here. Yeah, more Queen of Queen. This is coming from Stellar. Just kind of hitting right on the exact inspiration, the Kill la Kill inspiration. Perfect on the money reference there. All right, and this is a, I don't know if this is a deep cut, but we have this post. It's called "Don't Blink," and we have a I'm going to mispronounce it. I believe this is the Miku Dane, but it's a combination of a lot of things. A very, very popular entry in the SCP Foundation. As we call this now, SCP-35P. But interesting thing, cursed, exactly, Yuri. The interesting thing about this is the original one, which I won't show on screen just to not drive you all mad, but
thank you.
it's interesting because SCP is being as fair use and royalty free as they can be, have actually removed the original photo now. It's not so much to the wishes of the original artist. The original artists, while they weren't a big fan of this usage of it, they kind of understood that art is kind of going to be iterative, especially there, so it being used for another purpose was to that spirit. But SCP has now actually taken down the original photo, and they do that from time to time. But I have been on a SCP bender myself. If I may ask, have you done any kind of more horror themed streams of any kind, or has that been of any kind of interest to you at all?
In terms of like pure horror, it's probably not up my alley, but I have kind of accidentally, but not in an unpleasant way of interpreting that word, accidentally found myself streaming a couple of games that have a bit of horror elements to them. The first one being Omori. Omori is a big bag of many things, and one of them is psychological horror. Amazing game. But I did. There are some choice clips of me screaming pretty loud at a couple of the scares. But what a fantastic game. And I very recently, just last week, played Sucker for Love, which was supposed to be.
Yeah, I know that one.
What is this?
It's a. Oh, go ahead, lady. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, it's like you date like that. I forgot the name. Is it Eldritch?
Yeah. You date like eldritch horror beings.
Oh wow.
They're so cute. It is the stupidest thing.
It is. It's very silly, but there were a couple of jump scares that I
Really?
didn't expect from that game, and I was like, oh, okay. I wouldn't classify them as pure horror, but I'm sure people got a kick out of me flinching and screaming. But
Oh.
Twilight Miasma is one of a Eldritch VTuber saying, "It's not stupid, sounds amazing." So,
Oh yeah, no, it's a freaking riot. It's a riot. I want to play it. I got a few games like that, like Omori's on my list, and that game too. Oh.
All right, we're gonna check in very quickly with
Cthulhu,
Oro
yeah.
Crony. Oro Crony of Hololive English here. Having a lot of technical issues with her computer setup, so she's playing a different game now. Saying, while waiting on my computer, I found a new game called Real Life. I'll be recording my thought about the game over the span of the next few days. At first glance, the title is a little bland, but we'll see how it is. And replying, surprised you can take pictures in this game. Then saying, it has mixed reviews on the website, but I'm playing it right now. It seems like a first-person point of view game. Controls are relatively smooth.
relatively.
Broken Record, thank you for the 250. Her voice is like wine, intoxicating and refined. That could go for anyone we're talking about here. Thank you for that.
Crony's voice, though, for sure. I feel like it was as soon as I remember being there for Crony's debut, and as soon as she had opened her mouth, I feel like everyone had the exact same reaction, which was to melt into a puddle.
We'll have something like that coming up, but we have some more reactions very quickly from Crony. Day 4 didn't know the outside world had a graphics overhaul. Great expansion pack overall. And also saying the NPCs have a longer chat cycle, though, so it's pretty immersive. Very lastly saying, to the response of the sun gamma is too high, saying just lower it. I have to say, we were kind of touching on this earlier, but becoming a content creator and, a VTuber, but especially a content creator, especially more on a daily basis, has limited my time outside significantly. How would you say your time management is for yourself? Is it going well? Is there things that you'd like to work on or change with your content and you being a VTuber at this time?
It is my time management is it's going. It sure is a lot of work managing time doing between content, and I think it depends on the person, but I do think that a lot of us, if not a part-time job, we do juggle also a full-time job on top of content creation. And so I'm one of those people. I juggle a 9 to 5 along with content creation. It does fill up my schedule quite beautifully. I like having things to do all hours of the day and feeling like I can be productive anytime. But it also does, and I feel like a lot of people can probably relate to this, is any kind of free time I have where I kind of just want to lay around and be a potato on the couch makes me feel kind of bad, because I'm like, oh, this could be time I could be using on this, you know?
Yeah. It's the constant dilemma, I think, of a lot of content creators, especially streamers, where it's like turning yourself off is the challenge, right?
Oh, yeah.
You look at something that you're doing and it's like, why am I not monetizing this? Why am I not taking the time to share this with my audience?
Yeah, like, wait, hold on. Post that. It's content.
Right, exactly.
I love that. I think it's so funny.
All right, and what do we have next here? Oh, it's the Laplace Darkness.
Oh.
Just giving us a wink, that's it. And this has 42,000 likes.
Look at those little fangs.
But yes, that's right. The most important part. Look at those little fangs.
Just giving that wink emoji. And next up, we have this work, this illustration from that. That is and this is kind of one of those interesting things where here's a typical illustration of Laplace that I wouldn't call novel, right? It's just Laplace, but it's just so well rendered that I can't help but recommend the artist all the same. May I ask, it seems like you had some illustrative skills, and I say that because I know you've added some assets to your own VTuber avatar, if that's correct.
Yeah, that's right. I sometimes will illustrate assets for myself, or just draw art of myself for content. I do enjoy drawing a lot. I'm not sure if I would tote myself around as like a artist of a professional level at all, but I do really enjoy drawing, and creating assets for myself is definitely something that I really like doing. I'm trying to see if I have any. I like to. So the kittens like to joke about this quite often, but I do like to draw a variety of like different hands for myself, because
yes,
hand tracking is something that's very CPU heavy, and so every now and then, I'm not sure if this will show up. Oh yeah, you can see my hands there.
Oh yes.
So this is for my ASMR setup. Every now and then I'll just draw new arms for myself to use in different situations. It kind of adds to the immersion as well. I enjoy having these kinds of small details that make people feel a little bit more at home, especially in like streams like ASMR streams.
And speaking to ASMR, do you have a specific mic for your ASMR streams? If I wasn't aware if you had that one that you had on display there in your graphic or not.
The famous, the infamous 3DO. I do not have it. It is quite a premium microphone, and I do kind of want to aim to have it, or at least have something similar in the future. I know there's a couple of brands that are branching out and kind of doing something similar to 3DO. 3DO is a very premium option, and like I think they are more expensive than the other brands right now. And so at one point I do kind of want a binaural mic with the silicone ears. I don't have them right now. I have a very, very budget microphone. It is a field recorder. It is the Tascam DR50X. It is one of those little handheld. It's kind of like the size of maybe like a little bit thinner than a mobile phone, maybe. And I use one of those for ASMR. It's a very budget option, but it works quite well. And I want to stick with it until I kind of know what I'm doing with ASMR before I upgrade to anything insane.
Oh yeah, okay. So this one I can bring this up on screen. You can tell me if this is the correct model or not. I'm interested in this actually because you received so many questions about your audio setup, I'm sure. But is this the model you use? That
is the one. I have it up on a little camera tripod. And sometimes I do things with the windshield on, sometimes I don't. I think a lot of the people who attend my streams are aware, but at one point I tried to MacGyver my own 3DO. I bought $10 silicone ears off of AliExpress and kind of like garage modified them onto this microphone, and it looks like this terrifying little creature because it's got like the tripod legs and the ears stuck on the microphone capsule. It kind of looks like a Toy Story abomination just walking around, and so people know what it looks like. It looks terrifying, but I kind of like to try little things like this. I feel like maybe if I can find a way to achieve that kind of 3DO quality without actually investing in the money for 3DO, it'd be kind of interesting.
Thank you, DC, for the 5, giving us the Hiiragi KU100 fund. I'll bring that up on screen here too, just to kind of
goodness.
show you all what we're talking about here, just for kicks. Yeah, there are some very, very special types of microphones, especially for binaural stereo microphone 3D sound experiences, as this one is shown here. The
KU100 is a dream come true, honestly. It's crazy good.
Don't even know if they have the MSRP here, but in any case, you know, it's not always about the microphone. I see a lot of these, and just whenever I see you know, content creators, especially VTubers, pick up one of these, it really signals how serious they are about their content, right? It's a real investment, absolutely. $9,000, 9,000 USD. Wow.
It is an amount for sure. It is yeah, it's
click buy online. Well, the moment I click buy online, it's going to dox everything about me, I'm sure. So
your full name and address. You're like, hey, are you interested in purchasing this microphone?
Yeah, this is you know it's expensive because they don't give you the price on it immediately, right?
Exactly.
It's one of those sites.
Price available upon inquiry is always the scariest statement to read on any item you're considering to buy.
Twilight Miasma with the 5s saying, quote, with this $20 microphone and this tin can, I can give ASMR quality streams, MacGyver.
I love that, Miasma.
Also, Sosoji Boots saying $8,500 for the head, $500 for the actual microphone.
Oh, is that how the breakdown is? I wasn't aware.
That might be embellishing, but
okay.
Yeah. All right. What do we have up here next? I think we just have some quick little Nizu Sanji art here. Yeah, Obsidia, very, very cute alternate outfits. If I may ask, is there any alternate outfits that you have or will be looking into or have thought about?
Yeah, for sure. I have one being worked on right now, actually. So I have I have my host club uniform on right now, which is the beige vest and the dark undershirt and my and the suit pants. And I do a fair bit of kind of like situational voice dramas that I release on YouTube. They're kind of a concept that started more so in Japan, where it's kind of like you put yourself in the shoes of the listener, and whoever is recording that drama is kind of addressing you as a person. So I do kind of short tidbits of that on YouTube. And at one point I released one where I bump into the listener on a morning commute at the train station, and a bunch of the kittens were like, "It's a weekday morning. Why are you wearing your host club uniform?" And I was like, well, maybe I'm just a bachelor without a lot of outfits to pick from. And so since then, I've been trying to work on a casual model outfit. Because I was like, maybe I shouldn't be... maybe I should be a little bit more fashion conscious. And so I'm working on a casual model. No set date on that. I kind of want to give both my parents, same parents that I've worked with for this model, but I kind of want to give them as much time as they can to put out whatever work they can. I don't want to like hurry them at all. It's not really something that's time sensitive either, but as soon as it's ready, I'll kind of shift gears and try to reveal that in a special stream.
Oh, this is also interesting. DC is sharing Fauna, of course, of Hall Live English Council, actually just ended a Gorilla ASMR stream since she's so addicted to her new KU100.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Yeah, it is a piece where it's I don't know if it's an expectation of kinds, but it's just this slight reinvention of yourself as a VTuber, even if it is just down to the outfit is Maybe not even an expectation. It seems like an expectation we put on ourselves.
That's that's such a good point. I feel like I see a lot of people feeling a lot of pressure, going like, wow, it's so much stress and financial burden as a VTuber to have an alternate model or an outfit. And I'm kind of in my head, I'm kind of like, I feel like a lot of this pressure is self-imposed. I feel like we want to keep up with our peers, and our peers planning something or releasing something great doesn't really warrant us having to match up to that. But the pressure is there. I know how they're feeling, but a lot of it, I feel like you just made it such a good point. It's so much of it is self-imposed.
Absolutely, and it just feels like at a time like as we are right now, I don't have any new plans for more designs for our models here with myself and Lady, but I can imagine we're probably going to jump right back into it with some kind of more brainstorming around that soon. It's just also, in my experience, satisfying when things are underway and being worked on, right?
That's right. Yeah, for stuff like this, I think it's the kind of update that takes a lot of time and organization for you to start kicking things into gear much earlier than the time that that your audience is going to start seeing these changes. And that kind of project managing and planning is really satisfying from a content creator's point of view.
Fancier pony? I don't know what you mean by that, chat. I don't know what you mean. All right. What else do we have here? Yeah, this is this is a very simple animation of Pomo Rainpuff in her new outfit.
Yes.
I love it. Oh, so cute.
Lazulite has new outfits. They're fantastic. And yeah, this is from Roaming Tuna, who is stating they're slightly on a hiatus, but we always love seeing their animations, of course. Not a lot to say here. I just want to show it. Just kind of want to show some skateboarding Pomo. Now, this one's fun. This one's fun. This is Finana Riago of Nijisanji English giving us a little humph. And also holding up, obviously, this is being a Valentine's Day asset here. Any plans for Valentine's Day, if we may ask, from our guest?
This is Valentine's Day is going to be pretty huge, I feel like, for a lot of VTubers. It's definitely one of those, like, not quite a conventional holiday, but very, very easy to market holiday.
I can say now, after having been doing this for a year, we definitely have, I would say, 4 big ones for VTubers. Valentine's Day is a big one. Lots of commissioned art to be expected. And then after that, April 1st, April Fool's Day is the next big one. Later in, Halloween is another one. Lots of new alternate outfits. And then finally, of course, Christmas. And the lead up to Christmas is a longer one. So that's going to be easier to cover. But it's pretty sudden for those 4 holidays. Yeah.
Yeah, there's, I think especially with between February and April, Valentine's and April Fools, very little time to pivot yourself before one comes after the other. I personally don't have anything extremely out of the ordinary for Valentine's. I do want to get a piece of art that I'm working on out. And also, it's been a hot minute since I've put out a voice drama. I find that myself actually kind of having a hard time I do a variety of content. So sometimes if I focus on one, I kind of lose my momentum for the other one. And so voice dramas, I think the last one I put out was during Halloween. And so I want to start putting those out again. I've reached out to a couple of people who are willing to be commissioned to write scripts for me, which will be a lot easier on me. And so I have a couple coming out, and the first one to come out hopefully is going to be a Valentine's voice drama. So very excited for that.
And just kind of talking to that, we have actually another VTuber, excuse me, that I can think of, but was originally just a YouTuber, not a VTuber, was our actual friend of the show, Vividly ASMR, aka Vivi, Vividly Vivi, because she had actually more traditionally did kind of long form ASMR on YouTube before becoming a VTuber.
Mm-hmm.
And we have an instance here where she said the same thing. It was basically where oh, we have this instance where I am away from making these ASMR videos so long that coming back to it is a challenge, right? It's this big challenge. Yeah, I personally, I feel that that's kind of like why I'm almost myself, like limiting myself. It's like, okay, do this one thing really well and then branch out from there. And I probably need to branch out more myself. That's the thing. But you are doing so much variety that it is certainly an aspect where I can see, you know, yeah, like things can kind of feel like they're getting by the wayside, but you're probably improving in other ways at the same time.
Hopefully. I do think that it's I think it's a great strategy to that thing that you just mentioned is realizing kind of like finding your place in content creation and then getting familiar with it and then keep going with it. I think like experimenting with other things is great, and it's good for kind of getting to know what kind of content you like to create as well. But I definitely do find myself in the situation where I do voice dramas, I do covers, the music, I do casual covers. I have like serious covers and casual covers, and I've kind of overloaded myself with, and then I do streams as well. Sometimes visual art. So this is all these other things that sometimes I feel like if I don't do one, then people will start to forget that I do that. Which I guess is not really too big of a problem, but it does make time management a little bit more complicated than if I were just doing one or two forms of content.
All right, let's see what else. I think we have one more piece here from Nijisanji English. Just missed a biting his lip. That's it. 26,000 likes.
Hey yo.
Fruit responding in kind. Mr. replying, sheesh, you biting hard. Okay, all right, that's fun. Yeah, Luxium. With Luxium right now, I think it's also one of those aspects where their kind of entry into the scene is kind of bringing in also a whole new viewership here. Speaking to your viewership, I mean, you don't have to share any kind of demographics or anything like that, but have you been surprised by your viewership and what they've been like the makeup of them, or has there been any or has it like fallen into like I would say I don't know if we'd call it a niche, but a viewership that you would have been expecting?
I'm actually to be perfectly honest with you, I don't actually know the sort of like larger breakup of my viewership demographic that well.
Yeah. Twitch is not amazing about unfortunately as much as YouTube. YouTube will tell you everything.
That's right. YouTube will just give you a nice pie chart and just be like, here's your viewers, and I kind of like envy that. I don't know the larger breakup of my demographic that well, not in the way that like I could break down what percentage of them identify as what. But I think initially, I don't know if I had any expectations, but initially I did think that like my content would kind of appeal very much to people who also appreciate otome content. Otome content being like content in Japan that's catered towards women, which usually include dating sims, idol games, etc., etc. That's kind of the audience that I thought that I would be appealing to. Not really something I was aiming for. I feel like maybe I've attracted a wider audience than I expected, like in terms of variety. I feel like I see a lot of all kinds of people come in and out of my chat. So, but that was my initial impressions.
Nice. All right. I have something here for you, lady.
Yes.
Let's pop it on. This is coming from Kurohana Inori of CyberLive Gen 2.
Oh, it's so cute.
My only and most precious figure, the Swole Doge. Yeah.
Aww. I need a Swole Doge and that Swole Bear, and then I need to bake myself some Swole Teddy Bear bread.
Rebrand to SwoleTuber.
And the next question concerns asking, Buff Pup, is that you? Well, of course we're going to bring up Buff Pup next. Of course we will.
Strength, much muscle.
Oh, yeah. Buff Pup.
Very quickly, Buff is celebrating 40K on Twitter.
Yay!
It was like just yesterday. I was looking at 20K for them. My goodness.
I know, it's crazy.
I can very much hear this in their voice. I appreciate you all so much. I'm a cry.
Aww.
And we do have also Numi. Numi, the Two-Booby VTuber, who loves the way I say Two-Booby. Congrats, Buff. You deserve it. I love you. Yeah, it's fun seeing, I don't know. In my mind, you know, after you've seen some VTubers around for a long enough time, they feel established like Buff Pop is for me in my mind. But it still feels like such a new aspect, that being VTubers, that it's kind of difficult to say like there's a, I don't know, an established guard of VTubers just quite yet. But yeah, and lots of interactions with Buff and Numi. Buff saying here, it is confirmed with audio and visual evidence. Akuma Namine, which is of course Numi, wants me to step on her, which was denied by Numi. Eye Candy responding, "You absolutely want Buff to step on you. It's okay, Numi." This is the best part of this is Cooksy, the very well-known flipper, actually had also responded to this with actual video evidence, so it is without a doubt confirmed.
Oh no.
Can't handle
this
the
is the case. Right. Also, very quick, congratulations again for 50,000 followers on Twitch. From this artwork coming from Sheena at Sheena Ray of this particular VTuber. Hats off.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Also, very quickly, we do also have, of course, the sensation right now, Shy Lily, saying also to Buff, "Let's go, keep absolutely smashing it." And also responding to this one, that being Iron Mouse's current, I believe, still ongoing subathon. And Shy Lily responding this, "You got this, Mousey, good luck." If I may ask, have you performed a subathon, you?
I have not, actually. I'm not sure if I will. In terms of, especially, I think in terms of the of subathons, I'm not sure if it's something that I may tackle at all in my VTuber career, unless I can kind of see it maybe happening if I decide to go full time into streaming, and that is a very, very small possibility at this point. But I can kind of see it being something I might do if I go full time into streaming. But for now, for as long as I do juggle a job and streaming and kind of tackle streaming as something for as a hobby, I most likely won't be doing one.
Yeah, it's a challenge, and you know, for those of us who have 9-to-5s, it's almost a point where we almost want to be envious of this position of the subathon.
Yeah.
But it's also a different kind of ask at the same time, because we're looking at different ways to tackle it. You know, right here we did have Kazuma also cheering on Mouse. I saw Kazuma drop a nice hefty 20 gift subs in Mouse's chat, which Mouse didn't see. Horrible Mouse. How dare she?
How could you?
I'll be making her feel that. And also Luca Kaneshiro again saying good luck. Also saw Luca in Mouse's chat giving me a pog. Thanks for that. Thank you. Yeah, it was one of those aspects where it could require a lot of planning. I feel like Mouse, this being her first, it was just kind of, you know, let's see what happens. And then you have other aspects. I can remember Bao, the whale tuber. It was like planned to the hour. There was actually like there was like a line of people waiting to get into the actual stream to collab on her with her on her Discord, I should say. So there can be really orderly ways to go about it. There can be a lot of like looser ways to go about it. Yeah, it's also kind of been a new meta since, I would say, July is when I saw these subathons really taking off. Just theoretically, if we're just talking about it, what would you think you would want, like an ideal subathon? If you ever entertained the idea of one, what would be a ideal subathon for Hiiragi?
Oh, I personally think that if and this is probably exclusive to a first subathon. If I were to ever have my first one, it would most likely be as kind of similar to Mousie's. I kind of want to keep it very loosely planned, but kind of see where it takes me. And then once I kind of know how it feels to do a subathon, I would want to do a more planned one. And one of the things that I really want to put an emphasis on too, and the reason why I don't want to do a subathon at this stage, or I'm not confident in doing one, is that I really hope that subathons usually have goals that you can kind of achieve, or you as a viewer can achieve, or help the streamer achieve. So I want to be able to put a lot of thought into these goals. I want them to go directly back to the people who are watching and contributing. A lot of the things that you set as goals kind of end up being a little bit kind of like a little stepladder and fillers to the whole process, and I kind of want to put more thought into these. I want every single step to be something that people feel like they can get something out of.
No, the way you should do it is just set goals as things you were going to do anyways, and then just you know, I was going to do an ASMR stream anyways, might as well make that a goal. Yeah.
For an X amount of money, I will eat these instant noodles that I bought from the local market for $3.50.
Actually, talking about instant noodles, of course, there's spicy noodles as like punishment streams. Have you ever done a punishment stream of any kind?
I've never done a punishment stream, but I also eat these kinds of spicy noodles that people eat for punishment streams for pleasure. So maybe I live a life of punishment and I just never realized.
Impossible to punish.
Unpunishable.
Right. All right. Here. Let's take a look here. Got some people saying no, don't do it. Okay.
I think the most like weird thing about those punishment streams is that like I think the most punishing is not when it's like hot and spicy, but when it like after like 10 or 20 minutes, it's just like cold and the grease accumulates on the top, and it's just like that's the punishment part that I feel like
it is.
Because like if I'm gonna eat spicy ramen, I'm gonna eat it in when like while it's hot, because when it's like cold and disgusting, it's just the fat like accumulates in the soup and everything's all like cold and it's
exactly. Yeah, it's the
punishment
process.
part.
The process is the punishment. Trying to like trudge through it.
2-hour stream, 1 cup of ramen. Disgusting.
Yeah, I'm horrible about balancing like keeping myself nourished during a stream. So my streams generally never go beyond 4 hours. Have you had longer streams of any kind?
Oh goodness, yeah. I think my longest one was like a few minutes shy of 10 hours, and that was the finale of Omori. I was trying to finish up the last part of Omori. And being a streamer, I'm sure we're all familiar with the concept of like a 2-hour process kind of being expanded into 6 or more hours, because you're when I was playing Omori, I was kind of trying to voice act all the characters, providing kind of my own insight on the game. I took a couple breaks as well, and so that whole process, which was supposed to be, I feel like I looked at a video and it seems like I think Callie from HoloLive took about 2.5 hours to finish that part of the game. So I was like, that's no problem. I'll probably stretch that to 4 or 5 hours, but I can finish it, no problem. But then we went on for like 9 hours or something crazy like that. And I was like, my old body can't take this more than once every few months.
I just remembered my longest stream. It was just when I was with Lady as she was playing through Detroit Become Human.
Oh, what a good game.
Yeah, why'd you say mine? It was our stream.
Well, you were at the controls. And yeah, that was 10 plus hours. I didn't know she had plans to just play it from beginning to end that night. So
oh, really? My bad.
There we are. It was good. We got it out of the way. Yeah, it was also one of those, I don't know, Lady, you seem to be able to put up with longer streams, right? I mean, is that do you feel like any impact from that, or is it just something you enjoy?
I just enjoy it.
I don't know. I think I have it in me, but I don't know why I would do it. I'd rather do more streams, more days, I guess is what I tell myself I'd like to do. But
I think it's easier with the cinematic games. Like I couldn't really, or like anything that because before I think the longest stream I've ever done was like a 12-hour stream, but it was for like Undertale Genocide. This was like before Lady, but that was like mainly like instead of like 10 hours of voice acting, like all these characters that just go, ooh, you know, it's me just like raging, trying to just make it past Sans to get to the ending, you know. So it's either like games that are like that. Like where you're trying to like games like that where you're trying to push through with like the action of the game, or cinematic games like DBH I think are the easiest to push for like really long streams.
Yeah, like very narrative heavy games almost just string you along, and I feel I forget about time sometimes. Playing games like Omori definitely did that for me. I had to set a limit for myself. I did it kind of like routinely on Sundays, and I would have to set a time. I would have to look at the clock to make sure I don't go over that time, because I feel like I just play it forever.
all right, so I think we're getting through the deck here. This isn't directly VTuber related, but as both of you have illustrative experience, we have this meme. Serial killers and psychopaths are scared of this. That being artists who first draw the body and then the face. Any truth to that, if I may ask from your experience?
I don't get it.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm not sure if I
don't understand this.
I feel like most people will start from at least drafting from where the face is or is placed in a drawing. Obviously, I feel like that doesn't apply to everyone, but a lot of people start that way, and then you may start to move out of that process as you start to develop your own art style. But most people, especially if you're someone who draws a lot of human characters, you want to know where the face is going on the art. So
I always start with the
first.
Oh, wait, what's the norm? Because I always do body first.
You're the person in this meme?
Yeah.
Like that's why I didn't get it. Like it's like.
All right, we got to get you out of here.
What? Wait, what's wrong with that? Like, you know.
Goodbye.
What do you mean? If I focus. Oh.
Our guest is safe. That is.
I feel like we need to keep a bingo board for how many times ladies has had to be forcibly exited from, escorted off of the premises today.
No, I'm in the dark about this myself, just because it's yeah. Go ahead.
So like, it's for like me for doing art. I always like had like, I kind of had like that. Like people always tell me like, oh, don't focus on one thing, focus on everything. So like the way my process goes is that like I start with like the set, like the action line or whatever, because like the chest, right? The center line of the chest just makes it so much easier to like position with like the neck and then the legs once you get the torso in. So like I like starting with like the torso and then the head.
You're such a good artist. My goodness. I want to learn from you. That's crazy.
I know a lot of technical things, but execution wise, I think I'm still pretty noob. So
I feel like I don't really keep any of that in mind, but I feel like I never learned art from a technical standpoint. So I'm just kind of, I'm still like like everyone knew that kid in high school who just drew a bunch of anime eyes on a piece of blank paper. That's still me. At the ripe age of coming on 30 this year, later this year, that's still me. That's I'm that artist.
I mean, I can't really even pull off stick figures, so this is, again, as I always say, sorcery to me. It's just some kind of mystical art.
It's like, I say it's like going through like math class. You know, you got to start with your foundation before you get into calculus and algebra, you know?
All right, so this is also, we were just talking about this VTuber. Vivi, the radioactive VTuber at Vividly ASMR, saying, every day I discover more people on Twitch who I have been following on Twitter for yonks but have forgotten to follow on Twitch. I am full of forget. I am guilty of this too. I intend to actually go through all my follows and get all of you added for both your YouTubes and Twitches soon. But it's been something I've been meaning to do the last year. So
It's usually the opposite for me.
oh, you don't wait. Oh, you're following them on Twitch, but you're not getting them on Twitter. Okay.
Following on Twitch, and then like I'll look, and they're like, "Oh, hey, Twitter, cool."
I also have to say I am just horrible about following people on Twitter. I generally don't. I don't do the following until they follow me, which is it's
you're very posh about it.
It's like a selfish kind of thing, but I don't want to impose is kind of my thing. I'm already usually talking about them and such on...
I'm not gonna follow you because I want to be polite. I understand completely now.
It's one of the things...
I'm kidding.
I'm talking about them already in episodes with, what we're doing here, but then to follow them and expect to follow back, I think it's probably a bit too much. So I don't know.
I just don't care.
It's probably the smarter thing to do. Yeah, it's probably the
like,
more
I like
healthy
your content.
thing. Yeah.
I like your content. I want to keep up with it. Click.
Probably best not to overthink it. And yes, thankfully, Vivi did actually define this. Yonks.
Oh, yonks. There we go.
Yeah.
This is a noun, informal British, a very long time. I haven't seen him for yonks. Used here.
Does any of the Luxium crew say yonks? They're all British, right?
This is informal British. They would never use informal British. With
Why would they never use informal British? Oh, does Rainy say yonks? Rococo yonks?
Oh, if only we had them here.
Oh,
the one stream they're not here.
The one stream.
I was actually going to mention Rainy probably on tomorrow's
Yonkers.
probably on tomorrow's episode. We will be actually both me and Lady joining Rainy. That of course being the cat dragon android VTuber. Rainy. We'll be joining her on Valentine's Day.
Oh, exciting!
So she's having her 3D debut at that time. Finally, we were really hoping to get that done end of last year, but just timing being what it is, we finally get it now. And I think technically it's her birthday because the 15th is her birthday, so it's kind of all in one kind of celebration. I'll be her first guest, and we're just kind of coming in 10 minutes at a time. I think there's a good 24 of us. And
Poor Rainy.
It's going to be fun. I'll be actually the first to direct her on some screenshots for her new 3D model.
So unfortunate.
Oh.
And then I think way later, actually, maybe toward the very end of the evening, you lady will be joining her for Pico Park.
Pico Park.
Okay.
Pico Park. Aw.
So more to come on that. We'll have plenty to talk about that soon. Let's see here. Firstly, we also had this from Vienna, C9's Vienna VTuber. Yes, can you explain this multi-year gap in your resume? To which we only respond with anime girl. I should say anime girl, excuse me. And then Joel, the porcelain maid, responding, that face when all your eggs are in one basket, so your resume is just a blank page with a college degree at the end of it.
Oh, no.
I mean, could manipulate it into some fancy jargon very easily.
Yeah.
I'm getting the impression that lady is going to be using her role here on her resume somehow. Which is cool.
Oh, it's so easy to do that.
That's cool.
It would be so easy because they're not gonna like really look at it.
There has been exchanging of funds here. You are, in a sense, being paid on a regular basis, so this is a good collaboration that way. Yeah. All right. Just fun. But we had this question: what flavor, with a U, flavor, is your VTuber?
Good question.
We had this. We had this response from Vienna. Red Bull.
Red Bull. Oh, that is a flavor.
Which her organization then responded. It's Cloud9, her sponsor. 3-day-old Red Bull.
Oh, gee.
Really old.
I have not even thought of this at all as a. I don't know. We say like grape soda. We're so purple here, but
Disgusting. I hate grape. Artificial grape flavor is disgusting.
I'll take it. As a matter of fact, the cheaper the brand, the better for me.
Oh my goodness.
The harder it is on the throat, the better it is for me. Yeah.
Like some off-brand, like Pepsi that you'd find at Dollar Tree or Family Dollar.
Oh, like like a brand you've never seen before, and
Yeah,
you're
but
like,
it's
sounds
like-
familiar,
but you know
but
it's
also
like-
not.
It's like an off-brand of like a brand. Like
More like I'm going to
Curry Cola?
more like I'm going to the local foreign market and finding their brands.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
text that you don't even know exists. It feels
Exactly.
like it's in tongue.
Ooh.
You're like, okay, I don't know what that
What's that?
says. What is
what's
this?
that? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, what's that thing with the one with the little ball? Ramuna? Something?
Oh,
Ramune.
Ramune, yeah.
Ramune,
Yeah.
Ramune.
We said it 3 different ways. Yes.
Yeah, I would be that.
Oh, that's cute. Ramune is a very, very identifiable and classic flavor if you grew up with it.
Nah, pop.
It's very light flavor. It's like a lighter, I don't know.
And they're different flavors.
Yeah, there is, but there's a classic flavor. Yeah.
Is there? I never knew that.
Half the fun is the way you actually drink it, though. The design of the bottle. It's kind of ingenious in a way. Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up being told by all of my family members that it's you're never meant to remove the marble from it. It's just for show. Like never try and you know, don't get it in your mind that you can do it. But I always did because I'm a child who's you can't control me. You can't control me with your adult rules. I remember once I smashed it, and my parents told me to not do that. I somehow managed to pry the lid off, which is a feat in and of its own. I feel like I have trouble right now doing that, and I was like thinking back, like how did I do that as a child? But I pried the lid off and got the marbles come out. All kinds of ways. I wanted the shine glass ball. You can't keep me from my shine glass balls. I need them.
Oh. Wow. I never knew how to open those. I think if I was given a Ramune right now, I'd probably be like, how do I open this?
Yeah.
I think I always had a friend like do it for me.
All right. Let's take a look here. This is Chibi. And Chibi Doki.
I love it, Chibi.
And here's oh no, there she goes. Oh my goodness. Oh poor Cheebs. Oh, poor Cheebs. All right. Well, let's move on.
It's so satisfying.
Rest in peace.
It
Moving
looks
on.
like it's like foam. Oh, like little peep foam that you could just like, you know, marshmallow foam.
Peep foam is the perfect explanation of that. Yeah. We have this energetic good morning from Amelia Watson. And we want to thank you very much for being on our stream today, because normally you would be doing a different type of stream today, it sounds like, Ryan.
Oh yes, on Sundays I generally have a scheduled stream where before I was playing Omori. Right now I'm playing Valhalla.
Ooh.
But I play it every 10 a.m. PST every Sunday morning. We kind of make it kind of a tradition. We have breakfast together. We chat for about an hour and a half on anything we want, really. I bring out my folder of like food item clip art and I put it all on the table and we kind of have breakfast before we play the game.
Fully immersive experience. Love it.
It's very fun. It's become kind of a tradition and it kind of sits very close to my heart. I never realized that, like, I kind of, because I have a fluctuating schedule, so I'm always hesitant to schedule something weekly on the same time slot, but I realized that Sundays are going to be a day where I can do that. So I started scheduling something on Sunday mornings, kind of a friendly time slot for all my my friends in the UK time zones as well, who may find it hard to make my weeknight evening streams that I do after work. And so it's become kind of a tradition, and I love it. It's Sunday's a great day for these things.
Yeah, I'll personally say that Sundays kind of lead into this next and actually last tweet that we have on the deck here. This is coming from Scoochana with Vyugan saying, "Okay, lads, not funny. Who stole my weekend again?" It's been a real treat actually being able to stream on Sundays for myself, because Sundays traditionally for me had just been all right, this is that what do my personal friends call it? It's like you get the Sunday funnies. You get this kind of longing for the weekend that's not even over yet, right?
Aww, I love that. I've never been able to put that into words. I love it.
But actually having something to look forward to on a Sunday like a stream has been fantastic for myself, and it's really awesome to hear that you have such plans normally on yours too.
It's very fulfilling. It's a good way to spend a Sunday, which is otherwise kind of like a limbo day almost. You want to rest, but you don't know if I should. You want to get something done, but like, what is there to get done? And then tomorrow's Monday, and you're kind of like,
All right, and that's the deck. But we'd have maybe a few minutes left here. Any upcoming goals or any kind of events that you'd like to tell our audience about that you have planned?
Yeah, I think the one that I'm planning right now, amongst other musical projects which are always ongoing, I kind of just release those whenever they're ready. On top of just a full year of musical projects all queued up, I do have something planned for April Fools, which is one of the holidays you mentioned that are pretty big for VTubers. I won't spoil what it is, but do look forward to it. But so 24 hours of tomfoolery for April Fools. And this one's still kind of up in the air a little bit. I kind of have like a roadmap for what the big things that I want to do for the year. And for this year, I kind of want to tackle a charity stream in the summer. It's something that I've always been interested in, but I don't know a lot about where to even start doing something like that. But I want to put the research into it because I feel like the community that I've found myself surrounded by are particularly known for how empathetic and how kind they are. And so I feel like everyone would we could discuss and kind of vote on a charity that we all agree on, and then we could make some goals and contribute to them. I think that would be a really healthy thing to do for the community.
Nice, yeah. So kind of an agreed. That's always kind of sometimes a part of contention is actually finding the right charity.
That part I think I'll have to put a lot of thought into.
Yeah. And I personally, we've not yet run a charity. I don't think that's out of the question for us too. The whole aspect to that is, thankfully, we have a very common system through Tiltify. We really highly recommend that system to be used for the donations. So it's very clear for those that are in the stream. Yeah, you want to donate here through the Tiltify system. That way, it's not necessarily going to the streamer. It's going to the actual charity.
That's right. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's a great resource. Thank you. I'm going to look into that later.
And very lastly, I know this may not be something that we think of, but again, I hold your presentation to be highly professional, and again, loads of different kind of variety. Would you have any recommendations or advice for new VTubers?
Oh, for sure. I think one of the things that I have been actually this question comes at a great time because I tend to keep my DMs open for if people have questions about the things that I do. I don't want to seem unapproachable at all, and I do get plenty of questions about where to find resources. And also where, in particular, a lot of my resources have found. And so I do want to let everyone know that a ton of the resources that you see on my streams, if you have been a part of my streams, are all found either for free with credit or for a couple of bucks. I don't want people to think that VTubing as a form of content creation is something that you need to invest like hundreds and thousands of dollars into. There's a billion resources out there on there's the website that I use the most are Booth and Ko-fi.
Yes.
I want new VTubers to know that there are so many resources out there for you as long as you're willing to put the time in to look at it and find what's right for you. I feel like every VTuber knows about this resources as well, but it's Dova Syndrome. Dova Syndrome is a website that provides free to use music as long as you credit them, but there's just so much content out there that as long as you're willing to put in the work and the time to find something that matches your aesthetic and matches what you're looking for, you're going to be able to put together that kind of atmosphere with no problem. It's nothing comes at a prohibitive cost as long as you know where to look. Hi, Rainy.
Yeah, we have Rainy joining us at the very last moment, just as we were about to say our goodbyes.
Rainy, it's on the screen right now. Rainy, do you ever use the word yonks?
Yonks, informal
use
British. We were wondering if you use this informal British yonks a very long time is what it's defined as. This coming from Australian VTuber
Yeah.
David.
Yeah, Rainy
Oh.
says yeah. Proven by Rainy. Yonks is a real word that people use.
Real
The-
casual, informal term.
Rainy, the informal British VTuber. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. And yes, Rainy, we did talk about our Valentine's Day's plans, so looking forward to that. We'll talk about that more in our future episodes. Anything else, lady? Anything else for our guest?
I love you.
Oh.
And anything else from our guests today you'd like to say?
No, not at the moment. Thank you guys for having me. That's the biggest thing. Thank you so much for having me, and also thank you to everyone who hung out with us for the past couple of hours. Thank you so much.
Thank you all again. We'll actually be likely returning tomorrow for our streaming on Twitch. Normally we wait until Tuesday, but I think we're going to have a lot more streams and a lot more episodes coming for Things VTubers Say.
Exciting.
So, looking forward to that very much so. All right, well, once again, thank you everyone for joining us this morning, afternoon, or night, whenever you're joining us. And once again, also, thank you very much for the two there, Scissor Japan, and yeah. All right. Thank you so much, guys. And as always, we'll have more Things VTubers Say for you soon. Later. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.